Hello students, welcome to short concept video session on Medico apps. So today I'll be discussing an important but a confusing topic on dens evaginatus. Now you usually as a student gets confused between dens evaginatus and dens invaginatus. So in this lecture I'll be explaining exclusively about evaginatus condition, as in the other lecture, I'll be explaining you about the invaginatus condition. But before that, I want you to subscribe our YouTube channel so that whenever I discuss such important short concepts on dental topics, MCQ discussions for your PG preparation, you will be notified for all those. So let's start by hitting the bell icon and then let's discuss this important topic. So the dens evaginatus and invaginatus. The term evaginatus and invaginatus itself gives you a little bit of idea that we are discussing something about which is getting inside and which is getting outside. So here the condition we are discussing today is about something which is getting outside. Now what exactly is this dens evaginatus? So it's basically a developmental anomaly. Now this developmental anomaly basically is occurring in the teeth. Now what exactly is this developmental anomaly? So here basically a tubercle or protuberance is seen on the enamel surface. Now this protuberance is basically seen in the central groove of the tooth. Okay, so if this is a premolar, you can see this tubercle or a protuberance here in the central groove of the between the two cusps. Okay, now you will be understanding this, that why I have drawn this diagram, because it is mostly seen in premolars, and premolars have two cusps, the buccal cusp and the lingual cusp, or the buccal cusp or the palatal cusp. So this condition is basically seen between the in the central groove between the two cusps. So we will call this as a tubercle or a protuberance or an accessory cusp. Okay, do remember we can call this as three: the tubercle. It appears like a tubercle. It also appears like a protuberance because it is protubering from the enamel surface, or we can also call this as an accessory cusp for the enamel. Okay, because it is developing from the enamel, it can be called as accessory cusp of the enamel. Now, I hope you have understood that if a definition is asked, what you will be quoting for this, that it's a developmental anomaly of the teeth, which is a tubercle or a protuberance or an accessory cusp of the enamel in the central groove of the teeth. Now, moving ahead with that, you must be wondering that what is the cause or what is the etiology, that why is this tubercle developing? Why is this anomaly happening in the teeth? So for that, you need to understand that during the developmental period, due to the proliferation and evagination, which is not a normal process, the part of inner enamel epithelium is getting into the stellate reticulum of the enamel organ. Okay, now once this inner enamel epithelium is into the stellate reticulum of the enamel organ, the tooth still continues to develop, but though it continues to develop, there is a tubercle of the enamel, dentin or pulp horn tissue. Now what do you understand by this? The tubercle of enamel, dentin or pulp horn tissue, that means that as I have told you in the first slide, that the tubercle is from the enamel surface, but sometimes it might even involve the dentin and the pulp tissue also. Okay, so this is an anomaly which can be from the enamel surface involving the dentin and pulp also, and the simplest answer for you is that due to proliferation and evagination, the part of inner enamel epithelium is into the stellate reticulum of the enamel organ, and the tooth continues to develop, creating a tubercle of the on the surface of the tooth. So this is the etiology of dens evaginatus. Now coming to how would it appear or what is the clinical presentation. So as I have already told you that it might contain enamel, dentin or pulp like normal tooth. Okay, And as the second point and very, very important point is that this is more common in the maxillary first premolars. That means premolars are more commonly or most commonly affected by this condition of dense evaginatus, though it is also rarely seen in the molars, cuspids or incisors, but that is rare. Okay, the most common type is seen in the maxillary premolars or in the premolars. Now, radiographically, this can even go into the pulp, as I have told you that this can even extend and it can also involve the pulp tissue. And lastly, it may cause infection of the tooth. Now, how an infection of the tooth? So, if a pulp is involved of the tooth, there are chances that in case if this tubercle gets infected, if there is dental caries or if there is any trauma to that tooth, definitely the pulp will be involved, and in that case there can be death of the pulp, and later on there can be abscess formation in this particular tooth where this tubercle is seen in the enamel surface. So I hope you have understood till now what exactly is evaginatus, the dense evaginatus. It's a tubercle or a protuberance of enamel, or it might even involve the dentin or pulp tissue in the present in the central groove. The etiology is that during the development procedure, due to proliferation and evagination, the inner part of inner enamel epithelium is into the stellate reticulum of enamel organ, and then there can be a tubercle formation when the tooth keeps on developing. And clinically it can be seen as it is more common in the premolars, though it can also be seen in the molars, cuspids or incisors, but most commonly seen in the premolars. And there are chances that there can be infection of the tooth. And how? Because the pulp is also involved in certain situations, so in that case abscess formation can also be seen. Lastly, how would you treat a patient of dense evaginatus condition? So if a pulp is involved, definitely we will go ahead with the root canal treatment. That is the treatment of choice. But in case if a dentin or enamel is only involved, or only if enamel is involved, what we can go ahead is we can just remove the tubercle at the enamel surface. We can just remove that and place calcium hydroxide dressing over that. Okay, so this is how we can manage a case where the pulp is not involved. And in case if a pulp gets involved, there is death of the pulp, we will go ahead with the endodontic treatment. And later on, if that is also a case and if there is abscess formation due to this pulp infection, we will definitely go for extraction of the tooth. We have no other options left. So I hope you have understood this simple but a quick topic of dense evaginatus, and I'll definitely be comparing it with the invaginatus condition also. But for now, I hope you have got this point of dense evaginatus condition. And in case if a theoretical question, a short note is asked on this topic, you can now easily write an answer for this. So thank you for now. Good day, good luck. But don't forget to subscribe our BDS Express YouTube channel. And in case you want daily important dental topic updates, you need to join our exclusive WhatsApp group on www.medicoapps.org/group. The link of this group is also given in the description below. So kindly join our channel for daily updates. Thank you for now. Good day, good luck.